As spring is approaching, I am going to make an arrangement today using a lot of bright and colorful flowers, mainly focusing on spring flowers. What's a little bit different than some of the previous YouTube videos I have made, I'm going to arrange the flowers like loose stems in this vase that you see here. So let's get started on putting some flowers in this beautiful vase. For the arrangement today, I have picked up this beautiful vase from a good friend of mine, which is called Mr. Honda. He lives in Okinawa and make this beautiful, beautiful pottery. I have a great range of flowers here to work with, and I will explain you now how I arrange loose stem flowers and what I focus on in particular. So as I'm getting starting on this arrangement, I will first add some water into the flower vase. I will not add too much to begin with, just so there's enough for the flowers not to dry out. So maybe about 10 centimeters I will add into the vase. And as I'm finished with the arrangement, I will add on more. First and foremost, I will arrange flowers around the edge of the vase. The reason for that is to create a nice base where some of the other flowers can sort of get stuck into as I am arranging. I cut each and every flower in an angle and sort of slowly starting to place the flowers on the edge of the vase. I am trying to focus on flowers first that have this shape that could sort of come over the edge of the vase. So as you can see, the lupinus that I'm arranging right now is sort of coming over like that. As you can see here, just sort of the head of the flower is sort of coming over the vase. Next, I will focus a bit on the mimosa as well as the acacia. Here again, I take off all the greenery before I put them into the vase. So as I'm getting starting here, let's get a close look into the vase to see how the stems are right now. As you can see here inside the vase, you can see how I am trying to create a circle of the flowers. What I'm trying to do is, the more perfect circle you can make, the easier it is to sort of create the next layers. If the stems are too sort of stuck together in different areas in the vase, it's more difficult to get the next flowers standing well. So what I'm trying to achieve, as you can see here from the lupinus stems is going here, I'm trying to then get the acacia flowers in between the stems that I have already arranged. In this way, the flowers will hold on to each other very well as I am arranging and putting more and more flowers into the vase. Another thing which is important when you arrange in a vase directly like this in water is to really make sure that you get no greenery or no sort of leftover from the stems inside the water. So let's try to always keep it as clean as possible when you arrange flowers in a vase. As you can see, the arrangement here is slowly developing. What I'm focusing on still is getting the sort of surroundings around the container. Everything that has sort of this kind of shape is really good to start up with, to sort of get the flowers floating over the container. So here I'm arranging right now the mimosa. Before it was the acacia. And then I have these amazing tulips here. These are really gorgeous, very funky looking tulips where the leaves are very sort of thin towards the end of each petal. They're really, really, really cool. And next up, I would like to talk a little bit about the pros and cons for arranging flowers loosely in a vase like this. Definitely the upside of arranging like this is that you do have a lot of freedom. It's very easy to add on flowers. You can sort of put one stem in if you're not happy with where it sits and the height. Just take it easily up again and put it in. I often ask the question, how long will this arrangement last? How do you get the flowers to last longer? And my first reply is always change water every day. But in this case, with this arrangement, it's a little bit difficult to change the water. So that can be one of the disadvantages of arranging flowers in this particular way. The arrangement is really taking shape now, and I think that the perimeter has really come out, turned out very nice. As you can see here, there's sort of flowers all the way around. I think these beautiful ivy giving a nice flow, but also giving a bit of contrast to the yellow. So by adding a bit of darker color, I feel that the yellow actually stand out more than if it was just all yellow flowers. And what I'm focusing on now is creating sort of the baseline of the arrangement, and then the next step will then be to slowly sort of add on layers to the arrangement. And what's really then a benefit of arranging flowers this way, meaning there's no sponge, is that you can really add a lot of flowers in between, because adding flowers to a sponge can be a bit difficult. So I'm adding on a few more of the acacia, which gives a nice sort of depth to the middle of the arrangement. I have another few beautiful ranunculus here that I want to, I'm putting them in now where they can sort of get hooked onto other flowers inside the vase, so they sort of don't fall all the way to the bottom. I particularly like this ranunculus. As you can see it from the side, it's really detailed and the petals are so beautiful. So I'm trying to get these flowers a little bit higher in the arrangement, so you can really see sort of around the edge of the flower. And as you come closer to the final arrangement, it's really easy now to add volume or more flowers, because it's nice and full inside the vase and the flowers really just fall perfectly into shape. I'm focusing on, when I arrange the flowers, that each direction is always from the same angle. If I have too much flowers going in from the side, the other flowers will sort of get hooked onto them or bang into them as I put them in the arrangement. So I'm trying to get everything sort of in the same angle, so you can really get a lot of flowers in the arrangement. Now I feel I really got a nice feel to the arrangement here. You can really see how the tulips are really coming out, standing out, and I think the shape of the arrangement really coming together. It's been some time since I have arranged flowers this way. It was really enjoyable for me, and I hope that you enjoyed as well. I hope you will take advantage of that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.